Welcome to OpenWire Lab's video tutorial series. Today you'll learn how to assemble the Holiday Ornament Kit. The Ornament Kit includes the following items: a battery, switch, soldering wire, 2 LEDs, resistor, and battery holder. You will also need a wire cutter and soldering iron. Each kit also includes a PCB in the shape of a snowman, bulb, star, or tree. Each of these kits will be assembled in the same fashion. However, the designs are slightly different. These photos, which may be found on page 2 of the written instructions, indicate in detail which part goes into each hole. The rule is to solder the battery holder and switch onto the back of the PCB, the LEDs onto the front, and the resistor onto either, depending upon your aesthetic taste. The back of the PCB is the side that has the shape of the battery holder drawn onto it. Start by adding the battery holder to the PCB. The shape on the back of your PCB matches the shape of the battery holder. Insert the holder into the holes following these guidelines. Turn the PCB over and solder the battery holder into place. We suggest using tape to hold the PCB to the table, as this will stabilize the PCB and make soldering much easier. When finished, if there is any excess wire, cut it off. Next, we'll add the resistor. You may solder it to the front or back of the PCB according to your decorative taste. Fold the resistor and insert it into the correct holes. Resistors have no polarity, so they can be placed in either direction. Turn over the PCB and solder the resistor into place. Make sure each of the pins has enough solder on them, as this maintains the connection between the resistor and the PCB. Also be careful not to use too much, as the solder from each pin needs to remain separate. There should be space between each of the pins without solder. Remember this as you solder each piece to the PCB. We'll add the switch next. Place this into the rectangle with 3 holes. The switch also has no polarity, so can be placed in either direction, but should be attached to the back of the PCB. Use tape to secure the switch in place while you are soldering. Also use tape to secure the PCB to the table while you solder. When finished, trim all excess wires. Next, add the LEDs. The LEDs will be added to the front of your PCB as they provide the decoration. Each has 2 legs, one long and one short. The long leg goes through the square hole on the PCB and the short leg through the round hole. Turn the PCB over and solder. Cut any excess wire off when you are finished. Finally, add the battery. The plus sign should face outward. Your holiday ornament is now complete. Turn the switch on and enjoy. If your holiday ornament is not working properly, 1. Review the instructions and make sure that everything has been soldered into the correct hole. 2. If you made a mistake, reheat the solder to detach that part and reattach it using the instructions from this guide. 3. Check the completed ornament to make sure that no solder is overlapping and that none of the wire ends are touching. If desired, you may decorate your ornament with paint, markers, or other elements. The tree ornament has been left white on the front to facilitate this DIY aspect. If you need any further help, visit our forum at www.openwirelab.com/forum. We'd also love to see your finished projects, so feel free to email photos to us through the website or to post them to our Facebook.